As already widely discussed, for helicopter pilots, the instrumental flight qualification is not as essential as it is for airplane pilots, because most of the work with helicopters takes place in visual flight. It is therefore worthwhile for helicopters to obtain the IR instrumental rating after having obtained the commercial pilot license in order to have time to evaluate the professional usefulness of this qualification. If you're still intending to obtain the IR within the modular path, in the hour building, you can still start a part of the training, completing it after having obtained the commercial pilot license. By attending an integrated CPL course instead, it will be convenient for you to finish the course on a single engine piston helicopter, as we've explained in the previous tutorial, and obtain the instrumental rating after receiving the license. Let's see the procedures as we did for the other courses. If you're planning to access the IR course, you must have flown at least 70 hours alone. Remember, in the previous tutorial when we mentioned this requirement, this experience is required to fly twin-engine turbine helicopters. Even private pilots can achieve this qualification as long as they obviously have 70 PIC hours of experience and the qualification for night flight, which a CPL instead has automatically. Depending on the flight school you will attend, the instrumental qualification can be carried out on different types of helicopter and simulators. There are several possibilities to obtain this qualification, and the most common is to use a simulator for the first 40 hours of training. Those you can also do inside of the hour building if you're attending a modular path. Then you will have to do a qualification on the chosen twin-engine helicopter, 8 hours of flight with instructor plus the exam, and then conclude the IR course with another 10 hours plus the final exam. Allow us to open a little bracket here. Why do we always talk about twin-engine helicopters when there are also courses for single-engine IR qualifications? Here there is a regulatory gap, because EASA requires you to do part of the training and the final exam on a certified instrument flight helicopter. This means that the vehicle must not only be configured for this type of training, but must technically be able to fly in low visibility conditions. To do this, it will therefore have to have a double electrical system, a double hydraulic system, an autopilot, and other technical requirements. Now, in Europe, these requirements only have twin-engine helicopters, so even if there is an approved course for instrumental flight qualification on single-engine helicopters, in reality, you won't find even one that is technically usable. Ergo, the instrumental qualification is carried out only on twin-engine helicopters with the resulting cost consequences. Summarizing how and when you can achieve this qualification, let's then review the various scenarios that can be presented to you. If you're following a modular course, you can approach instrumental flight after obtaining the license or take advantage of a part of training inside the hour building. It will be part of the hours that are not mandatory to fly as a PIC, and then hold the part on a helicopter twin engine when you have a little more experience. If you're following an integrated path, you can instead undertake the entire course within the ATP-IR. Remember two things though. The first is that the school will have to have a certified and insured helicopter to be piloted by a student pilot. The second is that you will go to take your final exam to obtain the CPL license at the same time as the qualification exam for IR and the exam to get the type rating. Then 3 exams in one, on a helicopter that you will have flown with an instructor for only 15 hours. Maybe it's better to divide things up a bit, right? Do the commercial on a simple helicopter, a single engine on which you have flown more than 100 hours, and then attend the course to obtain the IR qualification. The cost of a complete ATP IR course or a CPL course plus subsequent IR qualification is practically the same, but didactically your experience will be very different. You will have more time to study, evaluate on which helicopter to take this important step, and maybe make arrangements with companies that can partially sponsor this step. In conclusion, this is an important qualification and you have to think about it really hard rather than hurriedly venturing into a course without the adequate experience and knowledge of the market. If you have any questions or curiosities, contact us at info@checkbeforeflight.com or refer to the definitions in Wiki Before Flight. Happy landings.